Fine.
Oh, I have to say this first.
Oh, yeah?
I might unintentionally explode in my
please.
gut.
No,
I know, I'm telling you
No,
this. I'm telling them
please.
I might just have to leave the room. It might just happen. I'm not exactly 100% better. Stuff's coming out places where, well, at least it should be coming out there, but not in the way it's coming out. Should it be coming out? That's what I'm saying. Please, what's your number?
The number is number 5. I want to get this done as quickly as possible so you can get to the lavatory as quickly as possible.
My number's 1.
1. Okay. 10% of all the photographs in the world were taken in the last 12 months.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. And I'm sure there's some of the worst photographs ever taken as well.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, a lot of people think they're photographers with their phones. And sometimes some people are, but oftentimes they are not. They are not.
They are really not.
They are not at all. Hey, NarendraTheComic again!
NONSENSEI!
Yes! And right now we're just going to be talking about Avatar, The Way of Water, because I am past the stage of worrying that I might be wrong in my assertion of the box office. I would think that I am very close to being wrong on the low end, but I still believe that it's going to clock in at less than 2.5 billion. So that would mean I would still be correct at $2.4, $2.5 billion range. With that being said, 3 billion seemed impossible. I don't think it's out of the question.
Right? That's the thing. Sometimes things seem impossible. They might be improbable, but that means you've still got a chance. Right? And with this one, the way that the numbers are looking, I think that it might just get somewhere towards there.
It's ridiculous numbers, to be fair. And the most insane thing was that the actual week-on-week drop this past weekend was non-existent. It actually gained money. It made more money in its third weekend than its second weekend. That's unheard of.
Unheard of.
Doesn't happen ever.
It wasn't a drop, it was a positive.
As in, it only happens if you have a small release and then you go big theatrical and you have more cinema screens. And it just passed 1.5 billion now as well, so the open waters are there. The open waters there, the sea is being travelled upon, and I don't want to be the pirate who ends up messing this story up. So I'm going to say I hope it makes as much money as it can so we can get 3, 4, 5, get all the sequels possible to see exactly the story James Cameron wants to tell.
Yeah.
Because I have an idea for what they're going to do in Avatar 3, 4 and 5. Because one of the big things with this story was the idea of the consciousness of the human being put inside avatars.
Yeah, Na'vi.
Just like Jake Sully got put inside his avatar, consciousness of humans stored could be put inside avatars and used as Na'vi now.
Yeah.
I think there's a good chance Jake Sully's brother has his consciousness already locked away.
You know?
And there's going to be something to do with family versus family. Are you really my family? When Jake Sully sees Jake Sully's brother as a Na'vi.
You know?
And he's looking like, what the fuck is going on?
You know?
Do you go with your blood or do you not? Do you go with your family, your new family, or do you go with your blood? I don't know. It's weird.
That's actually really smart, because when you think about the first film, the reason Jake Sully was chosen was because his brother had died in action in some way or form, and he had to take his place because his DNA had to match to have access to the Na'vi form. I see it.
Yeah.
This might be a real bet.
I think it's going to happen. I think they're going to do it, and it could be for very, very weird storytelling. These guys going to look very similar. These guys were twins. I'm sure their Na'vi form's going to look like twins as well, just for the sake of it. And James Cameron, you're a mad genius. You're mad. You're actually insane. You told me that he had a deck, a storyboarded vision of like 1,000 pages.
800 pages. He said after the first Avatar, he got together this room of writers, and before giving them the task of we're going to write 2, 3, 4, maybe 5, he said, I need you to get in my head and I need you to understand what we're doing here and why we're doing it. So he took 6 months to write everything to do with Avatar, the Na'vi, all the characters he'd already created, all the ones he planned to create. And the deck turned out to be 800 pages, single-spaced.
And then he sent them away and said, read it and get back to me, and then we can start writing the stories. So that's how intense this guy is. And I appreciate it. It's a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of effort. And he just said some other stuff about Avatar 3 and how he wants to change some ideas on their heads to do with the world that he's created so far. And it sounds like it's an interesting take. He's basically saying now, and it was in a French interview, so I don't think a lot of people have picked up on this yet, but I do speak a little bit of Francais, you know?
Oh, I see.
I picked up a few things. I was hearing, then I went, actually, let me just click English Translate and just read the thing entirely, and that helped quite a lot there. But what he said was, he's gonna make the humans potentially the more good characters in the third one, and the Na'vi the bad ones. Because we haven't seen all the different Na'vi clans. We haven't seen all the potentially good and bad people. And the way he's put forward the Na'vi so far is they're just good.
Yeah, monolith.
They're virtuous, they're positive, they're light. And he's saying not everything is like that. And there are going to be some bad guys. And apparently it's going to be the fire people, the ash people, that are the bad ones.
Well then.
Question is, who the ash people are going to be based on?
That's the question.
Because we've had Native Americans, we've had island people, and now you got fire. Where'd you go with that?
You could go to somewhere mountainous with volcanoes. Japan, maybe.
Japan.
You could go somewhere that uses a lot of ash in traditional rituals. Maybe in India
Yeah,
somewhere.
South India. Yeah, Dravidians. You could go South India, I
Maybe
guess.
Africa.
Yeah.
Different clans in Africa.
Yeah, I see that. I see that. Maybe Indonesia.
Maybe.
A lot of fire stuff there. They enjoy the partaking of fire. But the doors are completely open. That's the magical thing about this. We don't exactly know what's going to happen, but everyone wants to know what's going to happen. This is what Avengers Endgame was, what Avengers Infinity War was 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
Yeah, it is.
People theorizing like they haven't theorized about Avatar for 10 years.
Yeah.
People have been talking more about this than they have done in the last 10 years put together.
Yeah.
And now it's coming to fruition. People saying, wow, I didn't think this was actually going to be that good. But it turns out the story was great. And I'm telling you, parents would have absolutely lost it at this movie.
Oh,
Kids
yeah.
are one thing. But parents seeing this movie with young kids, teenagers, even grown-ass kids, like us, I know, they're going to have gone crazy.
There would have been a bit of blubber going on here.
Weak. For the right reasons. But weak. Anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe. Tell the channel down there if you didn't. If you did, Jake Sully gonna come after you. You don't want that? No, do they want that? You really don't, so just subscribe anyway. So avoid that. I've been NarendraTheComic.
I've been NONSENSEI.
She's been NONSENSEI. You've been Grant. We'll see you next time. That's tomorrow. If you don't know, make a video every single day. Been doing it every day for over 1,500 days now, and we ain't stopping till we get to 10,000 subscribers. So do subscribe. Pop back again tomorrow for some more quality. Should see content, so hashtag never not here, just how it goes. Also bring the Pukwas means nonsense in Punjabi. We also bring that, bring a lot, bring a little, do a lot, do a little, but we do indeed bring the quality. Should see content on a daily basis, so see you tomorrow, more the same, slightly different, but essentially the very same. Once more, see you then. Skadoosh.
I got you! I got you! Take that, you friggin' psycho! I got you!